and welcome to Meredith College Student News. I'm Freya Dahlgren. Thanks for joining us. In our top story, Meredith police say multiple vehicles have been broken into on campus. Chief Al White tells MCSN that the incidents occurred this past weekend. One vehicle was parked in a visitor space outside Jones Hall and had a laptop and money stolen. The other vehicle was parked in the B&G lot and had its catalytic converter stolen. He says no evidence was left at either location and they don't know if the perpetrator was a student or a visitor, but similar break-ins were reported at NC State. Meredith student activities fees are increasing by 41% next school year, but what does the college plan to do with that extra money? Reporter Grace Dunn found out.
The Student Government Association Executive Board has announced the raising of the student activities fee from $60 to $85 per semester beginning in the 2024-2025 academic year. The rationale for this change was outlined by the Executive Board in a document linked in the latest Halo Happenings email. The additional $25 per semester would generate an additional $59,985 annually for student traditions, events, and organizations. That would make the total amount of student activity fee funds collected annually $203,830, depending on enrollment numbers. Other reasons for the increase include off-campus venue reservations, catering, newer events, ring dinner, Cornhuskin, and more. Grace Dunn, MCSN.
Meredith's Presidential Search Committee says they've got a strong pool of applicants to replace President Joe Allen. The committee will not be releasing the names of the candidates, but they say interviews will take place over the next couple of weeks. They've described the applicant pool as large, robust, and diverse, with broad and varied backgrounds. Some Meredith students say getting packages delivered to them on campus hasn't been as easy as it's supposed to be. Reporter Mariella Nugent has more.
When a student receives a package, it's supposed to come to the postal center on the first floor of the Case Center. But some students have reported their packages being delivered in random places, such as Johnston Hall or Jones Chapel. Meredith College does not have control over where delivery services drop off packages, but it's important for packages to include the college's main address to make sure they're more likely to make it to the right place. Mariella Nugent, MCSN.
If you haven't decided where you want to live next year, you'll need to make up your mind soon. Reporter Elena Cook tells us more about the housing selection process.
Students have until noon on February 14th to submit their housing intent form. This form helps Residence Life know ahead of time how many students will be going through housing selection next month. If you submit your form by the deadline, you'll be assigned a lottery number that lets you know when to show up for housing selection. Senior selection will take place on March 18th at Belk Dining Hall. Junior selection will be on March 20th, and sophomore selection will be March 25th and 27th. If you've got roommates in mind, it's important that everyone comes together with whoever has the lowest lottery number. Roommates must be there at housing selection to secure their spots. Elena Cook, MCSN.
The deadline to study abroad is also right around the corner. Reporter Haley McNeil has more about the opportunities available to Meredith students.
Thinking about studying abroad this summer or fall? Well, don't worry, there's still time to get your application in. The deadline is February 15th for both summer and fall programs. This summer, Meredith is offering programs in Italy, the UK, Austria, and Costa Rica. And in the fall, students can study and stay at Meredith's home in Italy. To learn more about studying abroad, or if you want to fill out an application, visit the Office of International Programs page on Meredith's website. Haley McNeil, MCSN.
It might feel like this semester just started, but if you're a senior, it's time to be thinking about life after graduation. Reporter Jocelyn Cayes has some items that should be on your checklist.
Graduation might still be a few months away, but seniors should start preparing for the job search now. If you haven't already, you should join Handshake Meredith's job search platform. Start polishing up your resume so it's ready to send out when you see a job you'd like to apply to. Ask your professors now if they'd be willing to be a reference. That way, you don't have to rush to ask later. And finally, get comfortable talking about your skills and strengths, because the question is sure to come up at job fairs and interviews. The Office of Career Planning can also look over your resume and do a mock interview to help you prepare for the real thing. Jocelyn Cayes, MCSN.
And now it's time for a new MCSN segment. Reporter Sophie Ezzedine joins us with some entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to our new segment, Entertainment News. We're starting off by talking about the most recent news, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Now, I don't need to tell you about how much this couple is taking over the internet and sports world by storm. Following the Chiefs' win on January 28th, Swift was seen tenderly embracing Kelce to honor the accomplishment. However, here's the question on everybody's mind. Will Swift be able to make it to the Super Bowl to support her newfound love? She has a concert in Tokyo, Japan on February 10th, the Super Bowl being on Sunday, February 11th. Tokyo is 17 hours ahead of Pacific Standard Time, Vegas. Swift's concert is slated to start at 6 p.m. Tokyo time, putting her at arriving back in the United States well into the afternoon of February 10th. Though we will be sure to keep our eye on how she arrives at the Super Bowl itself and any immediate aftermath. Speaking of television, there is a new Amazon Prime series rocking social media in the music industry, Has Been Hotel. An adult musical comedy series tells the story of Charlie Morningstar, daughter of Lucifer, who works to redeem the residents of hell in hopes of their ascension to heaven. The series premiered on January 18th following a 2019 pilot introduction on YouTube. Has Been Hotel has since set the record for the largest global debut for an animated series on Prime Video. One of the show's first songs, Poison, has also set records, now ranking amongst Billboard's top pop, alternative, and rock charts, and has amassed over 10 million plays on Spotify. Now, we switch gears to our local entertainment outlook, where we begin with recent news of two stars paying us a visit later this year. Both Pink and Justin Timberlake have announced plans to visit Raleigh as part of their 2024 North American tours. Both stars will visit PNC Arena, Pink on Monday, November 11th, and Justin Timberlake on June 12th. Speaking of Raleigh, there are a few events happening now until the end of February that may take over your weekends. This weekend, Comedy Works is showcasing a collection of stand-ups, as well as several other improv competition shows across from MC. Also, the Street is Brick House, who hosts Friday karaoke nights from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Playmakers in Raleigh open their production of Fat Ham January 31st and will continue through February 18th. Sophie Ezedine, MCSN Entertainment.
Thanks, Sophie. Let's take a look now at some upcoming events you might want to check out. It's finally time for Alice, the once every 4 years faculty and staff production of Alice in Wonderland. Shows are tonight and tomorrow in Jones Auditorium. Make sure to check your inbox on the 12th for your student elections ballot. You'll have until the 13th to make your selections and return your ballot. Results will be announced on the 14th. That's all for this edition of Meredith College Student News. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks for watching.